Hey guys, it's Tuesday. You all did a great job yesterday deciding on what animal you wanted to become an expert on. And I have to tell you guys, after I was thinking a little bit more about it yesterday, I changed my animal. So I know that this animal was not on my list yesterday, but one animal that I really, really love is dolphins. And it's an animal that I see a lot around here when Mr. Cantrell and I are out on our boat. And I just want to know a little bit more about dolphins, and more specifically the bottlenose dolphin, because that's the kind of dolphin that we see here a lot. So what I'm going to do before I get started is I'm going to show you an example of an informational report. And this was written by another student who decided to write about their pet because they have a pet golden retriever and they wanted to become experts on the golden retriever to know how they can care for their animal or help their animal maybe a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you over to our passage for the day, and I'm going to read it with you. Notice again here today, they have 3 subtopics in this passage. Today, we are going to be choosing 3 or 4 subtopics for our own informational essays. Now, this child, choosing golden retrievers, decided to focus on the appearance or the characteristics of the golden retriever. The training, how can they train their golden retriever to make them even better around the house? Maybe they could help them with things. And then also service dogs. You see a lot of golden retrievers who are service dogs. And so this child decided to learn a little bit more about golden retrievers and the service dog environment. Noticing again, they have an introduction paragraph and a conclusion paragraph, which is great. So this is a 5-paragraph essay. Now, I did say that today you're going to be choosing 3 or 4 subtopics. If you're a friend that's going to choose 4 subtopics, you would have 1 extra paragraph in here, so yours would be 6 paragraphs. But you make the choice today, okay? I'm going to go ahead and read this passage, and then I'm going to walk you through what your assignment is today. Golden retrievers. Have you ever heard people say that a dog is a man's best friend? Dogs can be great friends. Golden retrievers are one of the most popular kinds of dogs in the United States. They are known for being friendly and great with kids. Appearance. Golden retrievers are large dogs. They can be different shades of gold. Some can be light gold, almost white. They can also be darker gold or almost tan. Their hair is thick, long, and wavy. Golden retrievers shed a lot. Shedding is when a lot of their hair falls out and new hair grows in its place. Training. Golden retrievers are very smart dogs. They really like to make people happy. This makes them easy to train. Retrievers also like having jobs to do. They can be taught to fetch and bring back things for their owners. For example, they may be hunting with their owners. The hunters will have the dogs run and get the animals that they hunt. I know Labrador retrievers do that too. Service dogs. Since golden retrievers are so easy to train and love to help, they can be used as service dogs. Service dogs are dogs that help people do things that they cannot do by themselves. Service dogs can open doors for their owners. They can also pull out chairs or guide their owners around different places. If you're looking to add a furry friend to your family or to have a helpful and hairy best friend, you will love a golden retriever. And just like yesterday's passage about Washington, D.C., like I said, this is broken down into subtopics, which are basically like mini topics. Remember, we've talked about this before. You have your main topic or your thesis, which would be golden retrievers in this case. And then underneath it, almost like little raindrops, you have these mini topics called subtopics. Everybody say subtopics. Outstanding. Now that prefix sub reminds you that it's underneath, okay? Like a submarine is underneath the water. Subtopics are underneath your main topic. So yesterday in the Washington, D.C. passage, you had the subtopics of the Lincoln Memorial, the Cherry Blossom Festival, and all the different museums that you can go see, specifically the Smithsonian. And here you have appearance, training, and service dogs. So what your job is today is you are going to look at the slide in the assignment that looks just like this. And this says possible animal subtopics. You will need to choose 3 or 4 subtopics today. Now, like I said, if you choose 3, you're going to have a regular 5-paragraph essay, which is great. And if you choose 4, you're going to have a 6-paragraph essay because you have an extra subtopic that is added. You make the choice. So let's go ahead and talk about these these different subtopic ideas and how they might impact your animal, because they're going to be different for different animals. So I'm currently thinking about my essay, which is on dolphins, bottlenose dolphins, because I want to become an expert on them and learn more facts about them. So characteristics, that would be like the appearance of your animal, like from the golden retriever passage. So about their fur, about any physical characteristics that might help them, like the smooth skin that is on a dolphin. Or you could look at their habitat, which is where the animal lives. Now, we're not just going to write, oh, my animal lives in the Atlantic Ocean. Well, that's true, but you're going to give more detail than that. Diet. So what does your animal eat? How do they eat? When do they eat? You're going to be looking at all of those different questions. Predators, so your animal's enemies. Does your animal have any enemies? Who are they? What do they do? How do they hunt? Communication. How does your animal communicate with other animals? I know a little bit about how dolphins communicate and that they use something called echolocation. Everybody say echolocation. Great job. That's almost like a high-pitched whistle that other animals and dolphins can hear, and that's how they communicate with each other, but I want to learn more about that. You could also do endangerment and conservation. So is your animal endangered? Are they extinct? If they're endangered, what are the science communities and people doing to help save those animals? That's what conservation means. Adaptations. I know for my animal with the dolphin, my dolphin has blubber, and blubber's this almost like a thick fat that's underneath the skin that helps the animal stay warm, because some dolphins actually go swimming in colder water. Now, penguins and also whales and seals, they have some blubber too. So those would be adaptations. Reproduction. Now, if you are doing the sea turtle, I know I had that on my list, you would definitely want to have this on there, because sea turtles go back to the same beach that their moms laid their eggs on to have their babies. So you can talk about, does your baby come from an egg? Does it hatch? How long is it in an egg? Or does your animal have live births like humans or dolphins? Care. This is going to be if you choose a pet in your house, like the golden retriever. So how do you care for that animal? So these are some different topic choices that you can have. And once you've thought about your 3 or 4 subtopics, you're going to go ahead and go onto your anchor chart. Now, I have chosen the 4 that work for me for dolphins. So if you notice, I put my topic up there at the very top under the topic heading, and I wrote dolphins. Then I thought that appearance would be a really good research topic. It would be very good for me to know a little bit more about what the bottlenose dolphin specifically looks like. I'm also interested in looking at my dolphin's diet. So what do they eat? When did they eat? Do they go down to colder water? Do they stay up closer to the surface to have warmer water? Their habitat. So I'm going to say where my bottlenose dolphin lives. Do they live in the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean? Do they live in the Gulf of Mexico? What kind of waters do they live in? And then we have communications. So how does my dolphin communicate? Ooh, that's so cool. So I told you a little bit already about echolocation. Well, I want to know more. So I made that a subtopic of mine. So I would like for you to go ahead and, after this video, go to breaking our topic into smaller subtopics. And your goal today is to write your topic and then come up with your 3 or 4 subtopics. You are not going to write anything underneath the appearance, diet, habitat, communication, whatever you choose. You're not going to type any facts today. That's going to be for tomorrow. So we are going to be saving this anchor chart, and we're going to be reusing it again tomorrow, because we are going to be putting in some research tomorrow, and I'm very excited. I'm going to be giving you guys some resources to use, and then tomorrow we're going to come back in here and we're going to type our facts underneath each subtopic. Okay, I'm very excited to see what all of your subtopics are. I'm going to go ahead and end our lesson so that you can get started and we get to research tomorrow. Happy learning!